transition from confidence into failure, because I believe every great athlete has this double-edged sword. They got this double-edged sword that they carry around their belt right here at all times. And on one side of the sword, it's confidence, and on the other side, it's your ability to handle failure and your mental toughness. And how confident you can be before the event happens, before the play happens, and how mentally tough you can be after the play is everything. And that's something every great athlete has. And the beautiful thing about that, if you really think about it, it has nothing to do with the result itself. It has nothing to do with whether it was a success or a failure, right? I hit the ball or I missed it. I completed or I didn't. We won or we lost. It actually doesn't have to do with that at all. And so if you can go back to the focus part, your ability to focus, that's going to really affect your performance. But now if you can go back to this double-edged sword we're talking about with confidence in your ability to handle failure and mental toughness, which we're going to talk about here in a couple of minutes, go hand in hand. That's the stuff before and after that is everything, right? For me as a baseball player, I played a game. It was a 3-hour game. I had 3 or 4 at-bats a game. That was the norm. Within each at-bat, it would last about 1 to 2 minutes per at-bat, not very long. And the amount of time I would need to focus on per pitch, we're talking about a blink of an eye. So if anyone watches baseball on TV, those guys now are throwing the ball over 100 miles an hour. And so the reaction time is just ridiculous. But the point I'm trying to make is if the game is 3 hours and we break that whole thing down, I really have about 4 to 8 minutes of time I actually need to focus in a 3-hour span. So if I have 4 to 8 minutes that I can control, which we can apply the focus part that we talked about, which can help with your performance, the other 2 hours and 45 minutes or whatever is all this double-edged sword of confidence or handling failure. That's what's living up here all day. So what environment are you living in up here? I'm not talking about physically. What mental environment do you live in on a daily basis? Right, and so try to evaluate your confidence. Try to understand it comes more from the things that you're doing to prepare and the work that you're putting into the things. And then the confidence is a result of that. It's not some mystical thing that you wake up with and have or don't have, or you're born with or you're not born with. And try to work on the ability to handle failure, which we're going to get into a lot more right now.